Hello all you clashers out there, this is Galaxis and thank you for tuning in to episode 3 of No Punk in the Lost Realm. This time we're going to be working on Santa Boom again. You can see that we got that werewolf and the werewolf had a 2 of 5 sprint. Okay, so that's not really anything that we wanted. Santa Boom is going to be going, okay, he is a 6-star hero. Santa Boom is 6-star hero with the rest of the crew. And next, I think we're going to be working on Amortep and bringing him up. Then we'll be looking at bringing the Cupid up. But Santa Boom has to eat. We got to go ahead and feed him. So let's grab a couple of these gelatinous champions. And okay, we got to go back and feed a few things to him real quick and clear that altar out a little bit. So we'll go ahead and we'll give Santa Boom something to eat here and have him just eat all of this stuff real quick, and then we'll go ahead and go on, and we'll go ahead and pick up some gelatinous champions for him, because really that's what's going to push him closer to 4 of 9, and that's what we want to see on him. Maybe we'll do something about that self-destruct also. That's not very good. 1 of 5 self-destruct, but we'll look at a talent roll maybe later. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and grab some of these gelatinous champions, and we will pick a couple of those, 3 of those up real quick here, and we'll go back and feed those to Santa. And I think that's gonna get him pretty close to being 4 of 9. Not quite there, but gonna need a little bit more, but that's okay. So we'll go ahead and take a look in Crest. Now, I know I've been working on Orc's Bane, and you know that was my main focus before I got the Santa Boom, was just to get Orc's Bane up there. He's a 58, as you can see. But you know, Santa Boom, I hadn't had him a 6-star yet, and in order to make it, you know, higher inscription than 41, you're capped out at 40 if you're only a 5-star. So you know, there was an issue there that I had to overcome, but hey, he's 6-star now. So I can start working on his crest and you know, get everything going there. Now we got some Mesa chests to open up. We'll take care of a couple of those things here, and you know, just use some of those things. I know that when you get those Mesa chests, what you end up with a lot of the time is extra hero cards and things like that. I typically just sell those hero cards for shards because it's, you know, it's just more profitable that way for me, instead of having all of these extra legendaries sitting around. So just get rid of all of those things and you can get your shards from those. And then, you know, I usually like to do these in order, so I'll do the rare 1, Mesa chest 1, and then I'll go on to the Mesa 2 chests. And yeah, same thing with this. I'll just go ahead and take that elite card and get rid of it, just so it's not clogging everything up around there. And you know, that's something that you have to deal with. The warehouse is constantly getting full, so you have to, you know, constantly maintain that. And you know, it can get to be a hassle. It can. So I am thinking about actually going ahead and spending 50 gems, and when I get 50 gems, just buying and open up a new slot there, so that I don't have to worry about that, because it does get irritating. So here you go. I got some crystal oozes out of those Mesa 2 chests, and I think with these crystal oozes I should have enough to bring Santa Boom up to a 4 of 9. So let's go check that out real quick. Give him all of these oozes, and yeah, there you go, 4 of 9. So that's all good. You know, Santa Boom is coming up slowly but surely. 4 of 9 brings his attack to, I think, a 250%. Yeah, 250%. So that's huge, and you just keep on taking that up. I'll be working on him throughout this series. I'm just trying to get him closer to you know, like a 9 of 9. We got that self-destruct. You know, I really Really don't like that self-destruct 1 of 5. But it is good to note he has a 1 of 5 self-destruct, and his skill is a built-in level 5 self-destruct. So I mean, you can have a 2-time self-destructing Santa Boom. I'm going to think about how that could play in and what you could do with that. But to see him and to see that he actually has a talent that is a self-destruct, that confirms that you can put self-destruct on a Santa Boom. So anybody who was wondering about that, there's an answer for that. So going through, getting some of these crests, everything is pretty much, those things are some things that I needed, but some of it is just clogging things up and taking room up. So I usually look at things and, if necessary, I'll go ahead and just sell them because they are worth 2,000 crystals, and you've seen me do that before. Unless I'm working on a set, things like scorches and, blade shell, things like that aren't really going to be effective, I'll just get rid of them for the 2,000 shards or 2,000 blue crystals. And yeah, I wish it was 2,000 shards, 2,000 blue crystals, and just stack those up because at one point you will actually need those blue crystals, believe it or not. I just got through watching a video from BKF666, who, if you look at this base design, this new base design that I have now, is actually a modified death box. A sort of modified death box. And if you go look on the Wikia, you'll see that BKF666 is the person that is credited for coming up with this modified death box. So good looking BKF666 for giving us this tool. It's a great base design. If your town hall is level 13 and your arrow towers are level 6, you might want to try this. You can play with the pathways and find out what's best for you. Now, speaking of arrow towers, you might see there that I have a lot of folks in Garrison. I have Oryx Bane and Cupid in Garrison. A lot of people in Garrison, and there was a comment that was left on one of my last videos. It was asking what's going on with my Garrisons, and that's one of the things that I've been doing there, is leveling up some of those other heroes that I have stashed away in Garrison. Now, I probably will be changing around and using a different configuration if I'm actually farming for XP and not for shards. But right now I am farming for shards and trying to bring that Santa Boom up. And so, I've been putting a lot of work in on just making sure that the towers are high, the garrisons are high, making sure that I could take a lot, and just seeing how far we can go. And you might notice that I'm grabbing some protection flags. We actually accidentally purchased those in the guild, and so we're just trying to use them all up. They really suck. So we're going to use those up as much as we can. Even though I don't have troops and I don't really attack with troops very often on this account, we just want to use those all the time, so I'm going to bring those. What we're going to do here is we're going to tank with Oryx Bane. We'll take out the Thunder God real quick, and all of the few shotgun dwarfs that are right there. Once we break through that wall, it's pretty much all over. We just sort of storm this base. You'll see that the Santa Boom is going to proc. He's going to take out all of the guys there around the perimeter, all of the heroes there, and the troops are all going to be gone. So look at that there. The proc is just really strong. Now he's 4 of 9, so we're starting to see that 250% is pretty strong. You can see it really takes out a lot of buildings. It just does a lot of damage to everything in the area. So that wasn't much of a problem there. It took him out. Basically, you want to be able to go out and just get enough gold and mana after a couple raids to be done with your dailies, and that way you can collect those gems and just move along. So we're gonna go out, we'll raid another person and just see. Well, this guy here has a Pumpkin Duke and an Oryx Bane. So we're gonna have to, it's gonna be a tough one, but I have a really high crested Oryx Bane, so I think he can take it. But it does look like it's gonna be tough. So we'll go ahead, we'll drop that Invincibility, the Ares Frenzy there, and he's taking a lot of aggro. You can see that the Oryx Bane is gonna actually come out pretty low on health. You know, the towers are still attacking him, but luckily he has healing himself, and also the Druid was helping out a little bit, and the Cupid was allowing him to be able to heal quicker. So that made a big difference in him surviving that, actually being able to take the aggro from those towers. Now you can see the guys all split up, but Cupid is still proccing and reaching everybody across map. Santa Boom has just gone off down there and took out a whole crew of people over there. And when he procs again here, he's going to take out the rest of those, the Treants and everybody else there. So as you can see, when you have a Santa Boom and a Cupid together, it's a pretty strong combo. You can even use Druid, Cupid, and Santa together to go and just tear through bases. Look at this guy, he had an Oryx Bane, pretty high level Pumpkin, high level Grizzly, but really couldn't stand up. So there we were able to complete the raids real quick and get those daily gems. Always want to pick those up as quick as you can, and that really only took a few different raids, and we were able to get that. So that's really cool. Okay, and next thing we're going to look at is a few waves. We want to see some more Here Be Monsters, and we want to see what this new base design is actually going to be capable of sustaining. See how far we can go in Here Be Monsters. See if it's actually made it possible to go a little bit further. So you can see that I'm putting some bombs down here. Those hero bombs are effective at being able to at least slow down and take a little bit of the health away from some of the heroes when they're attacking. So in this first wave, didn't really get the best spawn. And what happens is these mechs that come in, they march in and just sort of, you know, just tear everything up. They actually break down the wall a little bit right there. So once they make it through that wall, they come directly over here and start taking towers out. And you can just see right off the bat that this is just not really going to turn out great. On to G2. Another group of mechs coming marching in. The same thing with these guys. They go and start breaking through the walls there. And all of the heroes, they do get caught there in the middle. So that does sort of help them as they go through my pathways. The bombs hit them and the crew steps up and takes them out, but we still suffered a lot of casualties. I think we lost another hero there. Another spawn here that puts them in not the best situation. The Griffins, they come in, they are taking out the tower. You know, Santa Boom is proccing, but maybe a little bit too late. We're on to G4. We only have 3 heroes. So you can see this isn't really looking good. Doesn't look like it's going to really come together the way that we wanted it to. And, you know, we might have to do some tweaking. But what I'm looking to do is just find a way to sustain G, to be able to continually do wave G5 and beat that without any problem. So here's G5 coming out now. You know, we're sort of overwhelmed. It's pretty clear that we're not going to do great here. And yeah, so once those walls were broken on the sides and the spawn actually sent them out in that direction, it just sort of made it hard for me to recover, for my guys to recover. But we have a couple more here that we'll do. I'm going to just redo the same thing just to double check and make sure that it wasn't just a spawn situation and bad spawn that created the issue. You see Orc's Bane just went ahead and met everybody right there in the middle, and I don't really like how that took place. Lost my Orc's Bane. So right here it was pretty clear to me that I was going to need to make some adjustments, because you don't want Orc's Bane to die in wave 1, G1. Definitely not. Okay, so we have everybody's pretty close to proccing, so you know that's sort of what you want to have. You're hoping that your guys are close to proccing when a new wave starts, and that should allow everything to keep going. You know, it really sucks if your guy procs and then the proc is wasted on nobody, and then a whole new wave comes out and it's like, okay, great, my guy just procced and now I'm left without anything to do, no defense. So here you can see again with the griffins that are in G wave is their real problem, and so they are able to come across the fence, cross your walls, and just sort of hit those towers without actually interacting directly with your heroes. And I don't like what happened there. Mortep went ahead and jumped right out, and as you can see, that put him in a situation where he just got killed easily because everybody targeted him. Now they've broken through the wall there, and just basically overwhelming the base. One tower left. It's not looking good. So again, I'm thinking I need to adjust. I need to make some adjustments that will make it possible for my guys to make it, for my heroes to be able to make it till the end. And it's pretty clear that those two can't handle the whole G5. So that was over. And now is when I started to think, well, let me take a look. Let me see what I need to do. And this is what you have to do sometimes when you're trying to work with the modification on a base design or something. Sometimes you have to actually go around, move things around, and try and figure out what the best configuration is going to be to keep your heroes safe, and just really to allow you to have the best possible outcome. So what I was deciding is that I need somebody that's ranged to be on the side and a floater. So I moved Mortep, moved his position so that he would meet the people who are coming down the pathways. And again with the Druid as well. Now Druid does have range better than Mortep, so the Druid will have a little bit of more effectiveness as far as that goes. But I chose to do that. Okay, and let's go ahead and go in. We'll give some crest, give some crystals, and crest up Santa a little bit more. Just make him a little bit stronger. Finally, we can go over 41, so that's great. And just start getting his health up. Get him so that he can take more, and that's going to make him be there longer, make him be able to survive longer. And we'll go ahead and put some hero traps down. These hero bombs are really great, a great way to slow down some enemy heroes, and just really to be able to take some power from those guys, take some HP from them, and make it easier for your towers and for your heroes to be able to overcome those guys and not to die during the wave. So right now I'm just sort of playing around with ideas about where I might want to put these bombs at. But I basically want to make it so that they will wait until we have people that are coming down the pathways. And that's what I'm hoping for. So let's go ahead, we'll try another G. All right, now this time our mechs doing sort of the same thing. They're headed over and they're going to break through that wall there. So I may be looking at trying to make that a little bit stronger there, because that seems to be a point for them. Okay, some hero bombs came and took care of some of those people there. And Druid was the first to be met. He has healing. Orcs Bane stepped up. Everybody came over to help, and we were able to clear them up pretty quick. So I like this configuration. I think that it's working pretty good. And now the mechs split. They went one way, and the Griffins and the Ninja and all of his buddies there went another way. Now take a look at Immortep. Immortep is not being targeted. He was able to walk around the backside of the Ninja right up to the Griffins, and he wasn't even being targeted. So I think that's working pretty good. And here's Immortep again being greeted. They continue to spawn right there in that same area, but that's okay. Our guys were ready. We have procs ready. Santa Boom went off. Cupid went off. We have a Orcs Bane that's still ready to proc. And again, spawn from the same direction. So that could be a good thing sometimes. And there, yeah, G4's looking pretty good. We were able to take those guys out, and we have not lost a hero yet. So that's really good. Looking very good. Okay, and here is the final challenge. We got some Griffins coming across the wall. Orcs Bane steps up. Santa Boom and Immortep, everybody is going off. We lost Immortep. Orcs Bane is still in there, and looks like his blow along with Santa Boom and the rest of the guys were able to take it out. So there you go. We have G5. That's 40 shards farmed. That is a great outcome. So I think that this base design is actually working really good for me. Now I'll probably do a few more adjustments, and on the next video I'll actually show you, show you some more HBM. We'll see if we can get a little bit further, maybe be able to take H and get ready for I. Okay, so let's go into the Lost Realm, and we'll just do a little bit of work here. As you can see, my altar's still unoccupied. Nobody has taken those from me, and that seems to be the situation. I haven't, like I said before, in this series, I haven't had anybody take me out of any of the altars for KG2. So it's a pretty strong account. And look, we got that silver chest just pop up. You love to see those pop up. Don't have a silver key right now, but I'm out looking for one. And it doesn't take too long to beat these little guys up, and you get a couple extra red crystals and some gold or mana or a chance for a good key. So it's always worth the time to go ahead and beat them up and take those rewards. Not much of a challenge though, so it can get a little bit tedious, but they can pay off sometime. Plus it's fun to see your crew proc like that. You can go and pick up all the chests that you can. Got the issue again where the warehouse is full, so I'm gonna have to go in and do some cleanup once again. Take some of these crystal bags and sell those for the red crystals, and get rid of some of that gold. Those gold packs. And let's go ahead and use this crest bag because that'll free up another slot as well. Throw that in with the rest. And blade shell isn't anything that I'm really looking at keeping, so I think I'll just go ahead and I'm not saving on those right now, so we can just go ahead and get rid of that for 2,000 blue crystals. And I got those 14 stamina cards, so I think in the future we'll go ahead and we'll do a, I'll do a feature on one of the upcoming episodes where we're just using up those stamina cards and fighting a lot of people in the Lost Realm. So we're back here. We can go ahead and we'll try and attack this druid here real quick and see maybe if he has the silver key that we're looking for. Crew is pretty strong. We're able to take these guys out. They're hitting pretty hard though. They're crested up, I'm sure. So we're definitely having to put a lot of work in on these guys, but longer than one of the little guys. But there you go. We got a bronze key, not a silver key. We'll open that chest real quick, and we got a crest bag. Right, and this guy here is pretty simple. Got some twin serpent queens and cyclopses. Ooh. Okay, got a gold pack for that and some red crystals. And let's get this executioner. Execute him. Well, the executioner actually has some, it has a couple of druids and stuff in there. It actually has a little bit of a crew. But they can't stand up to KG2, so KG2 is starting to annihilate. And there you go. Ooh, nice, a silver key. 21 red crystals and a silver key. Red crystals, not shards, red crystals and a silver key. So let's go see. Got the 50 capacity again. 50 gems. They want my 50 gems. They want the gems. Give them the gems. That's actually frustrating. That keeps on popping up. It's one of those deals. You have to make a choice. You want to keep your 50 gems or you want to give them the 50 gems. So, it's one of those deals. We'll go ahead and get rid of these gold. 300,000 gold added. And we'll use this crest bag. It's going to free up a little bit of space for us. So 23 out of 25. Yeah. This might be the time to go ahead and spend the 50 gems. And there you go. Now you have 30. It's going to be much, much easier once you do that. So I would advise you. You've seen what I've had to do. I had to continue to go back and forth, back and forth. And it's something that we all have to go through. It's a decision that you have to make. Spend the 50 gems or don't spend the 50 gems. I would. I would do it. I fought it for a long time, but I ended up doing it because it's irritating. So there's 2 crest bags there. Got a panda with a druid. What are you doing, Panda? Give him a straight beat down. Get the gold packs, 21 red crystals. And let's attack one more person here. Then we're out of stamina. So yeah, you can see it just gets a little bit tedious fighting these little guys, but it only takes you about 10 seconds. It's not that big of a deal, so you should go ahead and do that when you get an opportunity. So let's take a look real quick here. We got Santa now. He's at 4 of 9, 250%. Self-destruct, 1 of 5. And let's see what we can get with this talent refresh card. Oh, slow down. 1 of 5 slow down. Really not anything that you want to keep, so we'll just keep our self-destruct on there, and we'll probably end up getting rid of that slowdown, because the 1 of 5 slowdown is really pretty much worthless. So we'll spin some honor badges to bring up a couple of these heroes that are sitting there and collecting XP in garrison, and this is going to allow that XP to actually be used to help level them up, and that's going to bring our might up, and that's what we're ultimately looking for. So we'll choose a few of those people that are sitting there with glowing stars, and we will give them some honor badges and pay a little bit of gold to upgrade them. Well, folks, I want to thank you for tuning in for No Punk in the Lost Realm, episode number 3. This is Galaxis, and until next time, Galaxis out.